Here we are, back in New Zealand, and in this episode we're going to have a look at renting versus buying versus shipping your own bike. This is Big Cox, and he decided to buy a budget bike complete with rego for around $1,500. It's a Chinese Shindig Baja 200. Coxie,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts so far on the Shindig Baja?
It seems to have all of the necessary features, except maybe horsepowers.
Let's check it out. We got rack, bash plate, pillion pegs, good headlight, bark busters, super comfy seat, padded cross brace. What's with the spoon in the keyhole, Coxie?
The owner lost the keys just before he delivered it. He's got to do something today about dodging the key up so it works properly.
Big Cox had bought the bike sight unseen and discovered it still needed a bit of work. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, our Aussie mates Shank and Greg had picked up their renter bikes and were ready to roll. Alrighty, so that is Big Cox's Shindig Baja 200. All up, it's not a bad setup bike for adventure touring. Good rack, barkies, bash plate, all that sort of stuff. The only variables are the highway cruising speed.
I think the highway cruising speed is limited by your mechanical sympathy.
Yeah. The other variable, I guess, is the reliability. But I guess one of Cox's favourite sayings is we're well positioned to find out just how reliable this machine is. Anyway, let's take a look at the next option, the DR650 renter bikes. Okay, so the DR650 renter bikes come in a fairly stock state. You've got pannier frames for them, and you can rent big steel boxes, but the guys, Greg and Shank, have opted to fit their Andy straps on, and they've worked just fine. But other than that, in terms of adventure capacity, they've got stock tanks, so fairly limited fuel. There's no bark busters, fairly non-aggressive road tyres. Yeah, so the guys have BYO'd their own bash plates and they're fitting them. But other than that, these bikes were about the only ones we could find in the South Island that they would actually let you take off-road. And if they actually knew where we're going, they probably wouldn't have given them to us. There's plenty of stuff like GS 800s, Trumpy Tigers and that sort of stuff, but as soon as you mention the dirt word, they tuck their undies up the... As soon as you mention, there's plenty of stuff like Trumpy 800, but as soon as you mention the dirt word, they tuck their dick and balls back between their legs and run like hell. You're not allowed to take these bikes off road, so as far as we could find, these DR650s are about the only option in the South Island. You're looking at about $120 a day for these bikes, plus I think there was a $2,000 security bond. So, fairly cheap option for a one-off rental thing. But by the time you spent a week on them, you've spent roughly the same amount that I spent shipping my V-Strom. Now she is just a V-Strom, but she's a real nice V-Strom. She's got bark busters, bash plate, suspension, Jebtec pipes, Andy straps, pannier system, all up. It's a very nice bike that's well set up for off-road. And it cost me a little bit to ship it over here, but now it's here. I can come over any time I like and ride up into them mountains. I'm very lucky to have Tim, who lets us store it in the shed here, but other than that you could get storage options which I'm guessing wouldn't be that expensive. There's your three options: buy a bike, rent a bike, or ship your own bike. I'm happy I chose to ship my own bike, but there's pros and cons for all three of them.
Where's Shanky gone, mate? He's going across the road.
Yeah, mate, he had to drop the kids off at the pool. Yeah, West, do you say that thing recording? Yeah, you've done a fair bit of touring around. I've just been discussing the pros and cons of renting a bike versus shipping a bike versus buying a bike. What's your thoughts on the topic?
Depends on the length of the trip, mate. You know, a couple of days rental, no problem. But if it's any length of time at all, in my opinion, buy or ship really. But and I like to ship because then you know what you're getting. In my case, heap of junk.
What do you think? How do you think this Shindig Baja's going to go?
Well, let's pull this. I'm going to switch my phone off as soon as you disappear.
So we made it to the little town of Fairley. Now, we've downloaded a route from the Remote Moto website. It's the 11-day Rocky Ridges ride. We're probably only going to have time to do the first 4 days of it. It starts here in Fairley. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Ideally, we should have been starting here at 6 a.m. this morning instead of 4 p.m. in the afternoon, but hit the track and see where it takes us.
I'm feeling moderately confident.
Rightio. I hope we got enough food. I've got food anxiety. It's been a bit of a rushed afternoon. We were hoping to find a campsite, but nothing presented itself. And then just on the other side, I think it was Otiaka or Otikaka Conservation Reserve. We found an awesome little flat spot, set up the tents, and just about to cook some dehydrated meals. Tomorrow morning, we'll find out just where we are. Yeah, mate. We made it in Danzy's Pass. This place is made of schist. Apparently, a stonemason built it way back long time. Yeah. And he charged a schooner of beer per block of rock. Hence the saying, schist wages. It was time to hit the road again. The pink line on the GPS led us down some quiet backcountry roads and onto the small rural town of Ranfurly, where the rocky ridges route led us high into the windswept ranges of the Dunstan Trail. So once again, New Zealand is just amazing us how such a tiny little island can have so much nut. Well, we finally got you in a church, Shank.
The walls haven't fallen in yet.
Have you got anything to confess?
Don't know whether I've got enough time for food. But I did see someone had the wine.
Okay, this is the Serpentine Church, which is a link track between Lake Onslow Road and the old Dunstan Road. Excuse me a second. Keep him on his toes. Yeah, I've heard stories about this place being killer ruts and all this sort of stuff, and it was pretty rutted coming in here, but yeah, we've yet to find out how rutted it gets going out again. It's a good little route. These rocks that I hold the roof on, she must blow pretty hard out here. Shindig! Can dig! Onslow Road, Coxie. This is the road people have died on from sudden snowstorms, and it's starting to spit. That's not snow.
It's only a bit of rain and not a snowstorm.
I don't know what a snowstorm looks like.
I don't either. I don't want to find out, to be honest.
We're well positioned to find out.
We are, but I don't want to.
Okay.
We were soaked to the bone and freezing by Roxborough, so we wussed out and got a $20 room. Next day, I came out to the side of Shank doing yoga and drinking a beer for breakfast.
Good boots, these.
Coxie started the day with some shindig maintenance.
Aren't we on a latitude, I think it's latitude, we're roughly opposite Tasmania now?
Yeah. Maybe even lower.
Yeah. No, the old shindig's going pretty well. I've replaced a couple of fasteners and oiled the chain and did
Way
a
she
few tyre
goes.
repairs.
Yeah. Should have a quick maintenance check on my bike too, I guess. Alrighty, the bikes are fired up and warming up. It's freezing cold. So I reckon we're going to warm up soon. I'm a little bit worried about it. We're heading to Piano Flat and then climbing Old Man Range. I remember doing it years ago, going downhill, and it was a black, greasy, rutted mongrel. And that was on a dry day. Don't know how we're going to go, but I reckon we're well positioned to find out.
Good to go, mate.
Let's ride! Alrighty, so further on down the trail we're following the Clotha River, which is wide, blue, flowing fast. It looks cold enough to make me shiver in the undies, if I was wearing any.
What a spot, eh?
Yeah mate, so this is where we should have made it last night.
Jesus, that would have been a day, wouldn't it?
It would have been a big night.
Would have been.
Coxie might have got a bit hangry,
Yes.
you know,
yes.
when he's hungry and angry.
Yes, yeah.
Then-
We don't need that.
Then he gets punchy.
Yeah.
Good spot nonetheless. So
Yeah.
day two, if you want to pull off the whole day, you better get an early start. No stopping for cappuccinos.
Correct.
We did a bit of cappuccinoing from memory yesterday.
Mm.
Yeah. Alrighty, Piano Flat, here we go. Heard a bit about this. It's making me a bit nervous. Rock again. We were here a month or so back with Jane on our pillion ride, recommended as a pillion friendly route. Definitely not pillion friendly coming in from the south the way we've come from Piano Flat. We made it. Yeah. A little bit more of leg 3 to do. We'll find a camp. We don't seem to be keeping up with the deadlines for these routes, remote moto routes. Backward Queenslanders or something. But it doesn't matter. We'll camp somewhere, sometime. Life's too short for shithouse camp spots, eh, Coxie?
It is.
Life's too short for shithouse cock sites. Campsites.
Hey, look, why don't we have both?
Alrighty, so it was getting late in the day. It was pretty obvious we weren't going to make it. Holy shit, look at that. What a view. Anyway, it was getting late in the day. We decided we weren't going to make it to the remote moto camp for the night. So, made an executive decision and cut and ran for Skipper's Canyon.
How good was this campsite, nestled in the very bosom of Skipper's Canyon?
What's the meaning of this outburst, Phil?
Oh yeah, so I'm getting along pretty good with this V-Strom. It turns out to be an awesome touring bike. It's loving New Zealand. I'm just plugging in my camera gear to charge, and it's a freezing cold night, which is hard on batteries, and we're parked at the bottom of a big hill, which isn't conducive to roll starting. Got a set of jumper leads here just in case, but it's peace of mind to be able to look at that voltmeter and know my battery's full of juice. I can keep on charging my shit. Thanks, Joe. It's dawn. It's time to pack up. Awesome campsite. Life's too short to put up with shitty campsites.
still plenty more of Skipper's Canyon to explore, but we were right out of time. I guess we're just going to have to go back, eh? We had flights to catch, so it was time to head north again for Christchurch, but a few little things put us way behind schedule, and it was time to rethink the plan.
Well guys, we've run out of time. The best riding options are probably going to take a bit too long. What do you guys suggest?
Up crawl.
Up crawl.
Up a bud. Gosh darn it. Boundary Creek Hut, last pub of the line.
Cheers, team.
Oh, hell, mate. That's bloody great.
Is that your ass?
It was my ass. That was.
Go
that was
outside and wash it.
Nice.
Alrighty, so we camped last night in a DOHC hut on the Boundary Creek track. I think that stands for Department of Heritage and Conservation. Yeah, awesome little hut, well equipped, kept us warm for the night, perhaps a little too warm. So we're heading up Boundary Creek Road, Boundary Creek track. We'll see where we get to from there. Shindig! So the ride's drawing to a close. We're just heading back for Christchurch on some of Westy's favourite tracks that he's taught us over the years. And yeah, let's have another look at the age-old question of shipping your bike versus renting your bike versus buying your bike. You rented a DR. How did it go?
I reckon it was a great bit of gear. cost us $600 for 5 days of rent. We had put a $2,000 deposit down on it. A lot of that may have been void in some of the places we took it, but anyway, that's the way it goes. Ran well, did everything we asked of it. Yeah, I think it's not a bad option.
Greg, you ran it a DR. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I reckon it's the right bike for over here. The sort of riding we've been doing, it's just fits the bill just right. And as Shank said, you know, the quid you pay out for the rental, and the less hassle you have of trying to get your own bikes over here, I think it's a really good option to consider.
You had a few little dramas with it?
Oh, I did, but you know, the bike's getting on a bit, so I suppose you've got to expect her to be a little bit tired, but she gave me a good ride for the last 5 days and I'm happy.
2 words, Coxie. Shindig Baja.
Yeah, well look, it turned into a little bit of a circus actually getting hold of it, and the guy who bought it off lost the key, but it's been really good, and I haven't had to worry too much. Like, I mean, I could have lost it off a cliff there into Lake Benmore and yeah, no, the main drama with buying a bike over here is getting rid of it at the end. I mean, you know, you take yours home, rental bikes you hand them back, but you have to sort out getting rid of it. But look, Shindig Baja's 2 thumbs up. Like, it's really done the job well for me. So.
Can you bear to part with it?
Yes.
So one of the dramas that Shank and Greg brought up was the issue of insurance. A lot of the places we went to, these bikes, we weren't actually breaking the law, but if something had gone wrong, insurance would have been void, which isn't so much of a drama on a dirty old DR. But if you're on a $30,000 GS 1200, then it is, and that's something you got to consider. We actually asked the rental mob if they would like a little bit of promotion, and they said, "No, we've seen where those motorbiking guys go. We don't want a fucking thing to do with them. We don't want people watching that shit and thinking they can do that with our bikes." So that's basically the stance of the rental company in regards to taking your bikes into some of the places we've been. The rental bikes weren't very well set up with protective gear. We bought our own bash plates, and frankly, if we hadn't of, we'd have left our sumps far, far behind, along with the oil and everything else inside them. So that's something else to consider with your rental bike. And last of all, let's take a look at shipping, which I did with my dirty old V-Strom. I'm developing a real soft spot for this bike. It's been set up really well, purposely the way I like it. Joe from JebTech did an awesome job setting it up. Bark busters, bash plate, crash bars, rack, anti-straps bags. It's a really well set up bike for touring. Now, this isn't just a one-off ride for me. I'm planning on coming over here as much as I can. In fact, I'd like to leave this bike here permanently. It's just so cheap to come over to New Zealand and ride, and such a beautiful country. But anyway, we've all chosen our bikes for our own reasons. For me, shipping was the best option, and the V-Strom is my new best friend.
It's not the end of the world. Here's another one of New Zealand's introduced species, the hedgehog. I'm not sure how good or bad they are for the environment, but they're so cute.
Give it a little kiss.
No.
No.